I mean, dude, Devin Booker was drafted in the lottery as a 6-man.
I remember that. And I remember thinking just
what are we doing?
How loaded are they? I'm pretty sure their 7th man is in the league somewhere too.
Probably. I mean,
even Indiana showed out for some Liberty. We got some Liberty action.
Yeah, we did get the Liberty guard. So wild.
But yeah, let's get after it.
But hey, welcome to FGG Sports. I'm your host, Dylan. It's been a very long time since you've seen my face. And I thought there's no better way to reintroduce ourselves than get the brothers back on, because that was probably my favorite episode we did.
Happy to be here.
Welcome to Chop It Up.
What did we cover last time? What was that?
The NBA draft. So it's kind of fitting that we do the start of the NBA.
Which some of those takes are already looking pretty strong.
Yes.
Like I remember talking about Trey Johnson that night and just being like, he's going to shine for that team. There's nobody on the Washington Wizards that excites you really as far as like a true like young, exciting bucket getter. Because it's like, I don't know about you guys, I'm not very excited about Chris Middleton on a tanking team. I'm not excited about CJ McCollum.
You don't love CJ McCollum? Dude, you're telling me you don't love Keyshawn George?
Keyshawn George now is a different conversation.
He's
Bub
He's
Carrington.
a good piece.
They have some Alexander. So I'm excited to see what Sarr turns into. Honestly, Sarr's going to be pretty good.
He'll be fine.
I have him in a couple fantasy leagues.
The question will be is like what contenders are going to go get CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton come like deadline time down the stretch of the year.
There's a couple guys on a couple teams. Like Vucevic cannot be a Bull at the end of the year.
We've been talking about that for a couple years though now.
Lauri Markkanen cannot be a Jazz anymore. Like they have to move him or else he's going to have no value at some point. At some point when you hold an asset that long, what does the value become for a team?
True.
Because, like, what has Danny Ainge's asking price been this whole time to where a team never pulled the trigger? Because he's had to have been getting calls.
Too high, apparently.
Well, that guy will bleed every single pick out of you he can.
True, and I wonder if that plays a part in why they haven't
100%.
done it.
That's
It's
why.
like, and you see it in fantasy sports sometimes. It's like, I want to make this trade, but I don't want to make this trade with this guy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's like, he's trying to get one up on me. He's the guy that's going to get credit for jobbing me on the back half of this trade as getting this extra asset that I shouldn't have had to give. And I wonder if that plays a role too. I'm sure they're as petty as we think they are.
Oh, 100%.
All you have to do is pull a Clipper and have a company come in and pay your guy to do absolutely nothing, and you can get whatever you want.
True.
You can do that. Let's not look at the Knicks right now. That Jalen Brunson contract every day just looks too good to be true. But then they're talking about his first contract. And I'm like, guys, do we not remember the media absolutely shitting on the Knicks for that deal? Everyone thought that we overpaid Brunson the first time when we got that first contract on him. And they're trying to say that that's the contract that they went under the table with. It's like, no, dude, nobody was going to pay him as much as we did.
People don't have foresight, though, either. When he goes and signs a deal like that, he's coming off of being like Luka's sidekick in Dallas.
Taking over Luka when he got hurt in that playoff run.
Right. You guys paid him as if this is going to be our guy. And when people saw that contract, they still viewed him as that like sidekick, 6-man type.
Yeah. I don't know. Jalen bet slips is all I have to say.
No.
Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about the NBA, we are going to do Contenders and Pretenders and our champions. We're going to do our way too early award predictions, but I want to start with where each team's played 2 games so far, almost. Who has been your most surprising team so far? We'll start with you, J-Mo.
Surprising is tough because that can be surprising good or surprising
either
bad.
way.
You know, it's hard to be too results oriented this early. Maybe a surprise on the bad end. I know Houston started out at OKC on ring night, so you can't dock them too much for losing that game. But to be 0-2 early, and it just looks like they still have a ways to go before everything starts clicking a little bit. Yeah. And that's just a good reminder with all these new faces and new places that we'll cover today. It's like it takes a minute to gel in basketball. You don't just kind of point and click and put together this fantasy team and expect it all to gel and work right away. So I guess I would say it's surprise so far. Not that they're going to be bad or anything like that, but just it's going to take time. And we've already talked about it. We talked about that night. This team needs a point guard.
Yeah.
So very exciting roster. Like I love Amen Thompson. KD's KD. You know, even the bench. Like I like Reed Shepherd, Tari Eason. Sengun is one of my favorite players. But it just feels like they're one of those teams that needs a piece to kind of bring it all together and calm everything down. Obviously, they weren't planning on Fred VanVleet being out early, and that's showing early already. It's just like, holy moly, they're sagging off of Amen Thompson so hard, and that changes what the rest of the offense can do.
And also just like that loss to the Pistons, like that's a team that is going to be a 3 through 6 seed in the East, right? Depending on how their season really goes into trajectory of Cade Cunningham's season, really, and how Asar takes that leap. And losing to that team is what really solidified this point guard situation's bad. Because I think Reed Shepherd's going to end up having to be the one, and he is a 2 guard. If you watched him in college, we watched him so much in college. That guy just wants to put up shots. He's a high volume shooter.
Yep.
And now he's going into the role where he has to be a 3-and-D guy, and it's going to take time for him to become that. So he needs to learn, like in overtime in that first game against the Thunder, there were 2 or 3 possessions where Reed Shepherd tried to take it himself, and KD's just standing there with his hands up like, I'm Kevin fucking Durant.
I agree. No. I was going to pick Pistons as my kind of surprising team early on in a negative light. I think their additions weren't very good. Like, we brought in Duncan Robinson. Like, that doesn't really move the needle, in my opinion. I'm not really big on that team. But I will say my most surprising team, and almost picked them as my contender, was Milwaukee Bucks. So the Hawks have the Bucks first-round pick, and I'm rooting for them to not do well, but I'm kind of worried they're going to do very well. I think Giannis might win MVP, and it's so under the radar because he's going to have crazy nights every night. Like he's a mismatch problem. You would think the Raptors would be like the perfect team to stop him, with Ingram and Scotty, and he's just cooking these guys. He's too strong. He's too big. If he stays healthy and Miles Turner's taking care of the middle, just watch out for them. They're gonna get more. Too.
And that kind of segues into one of the teams I was going to talk about was the Orlando Magic. I really like this team. Starting lineup.
Yep.
And the big piece that they lost was Cole Anthony. And the reason why it's a perfect segue is because the guy that the Bucks really needed, I felt like, to kind of get to the next level
Cole Anthony.
is surprise, it's Cole Anthony. Yep. And it's looked even better because first night, Kevin Porter Jr. goes down.
Yeah.
And guess what? You just slide in Cole Anthony, another bucket, another creator, another ball handler to ease things for Giannis.
Yeah.
And it's benefiting. Orlando's sweating that. Orlando's regretting that, I feel.
I think so.
No, 100%. But
Anthony Black has not.
But I don't know if the Bucks
so.
have played anybody good enough to surprise me yet.
No,
I think the Raptors are. We were gonna do a third team where it's like a team that you think no one's talking about that's good. I was gonna pick the Raptors. I think the Raptors could be the 5 seed in the East. They have the talent to do it. Are they going to put it together? But I don't think that team defensively is made to stop Giannis because Giannis is 7 foot.
Yeah.
None of those wings can guard Giannis. No. I want to see Giannis next game against the Cavs. How does he do against an Evan Mobley?
Mobley is the guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, let's see this Bucks team against a real contender, not one of these. I mean, they played the Wizard and the Raptors.
Right.
I think my biggest surprise so far is the Warriors. The Warriors look good. Yes, they lost in a back-to-back. Their average starting lineup is 35 years old. They're never going to win a back-to-back all year. If you bet on the Warriors in a back-to-back, I think you're the dumbest person in the room at all times.
Agreed.
But Jimmy Butler looks amazing. Steph looks like he could be MVP. Steph is doing Steph things at 36, and they just, I don't know what it is, but they look so put together. I did not expect them to look as good as they did.
We've been doing this for a while, though, and one thing we need to do is not fall into the trap, right? We're 2 games in, it's early August, and it's like, breaking news, all caps in red, old team looks great first 2 weeks of the season. It's like, okay, but then here comes a little knee, here comes a little ankle.
Kuminga, they're actually using Kuminga. He's getting 24 to 30 minutes a night, and that's what we were asking is like, give Kuminga 25 to 30 minutes of real basketball, and let's see what he can do. He goes out there and gets 16 and 8 last night, and he looked really good.
I'm just worried about the front court. The best teams in the West have
You got to go make a move for a bit.
We're talking
go get Vucevic.
We're talking front court for OKC is huge.
I mean, I know Vucevic isn't this defensive monster, but go get a real center like Vucevic on this. We're doing the unction. Go get a veteran center that you can pick and pop with Steph. He can go get you boards. He's not going to stop Sengun or stop Jokic, but it's going to help the rebounding. It's going to help a lot of that because Jimmy Butler and Kuminga can't be your second best rebounder.
Yeah.
I would say a PSA, go watch some Blazers basketball with Thiago Splitter.
Oh man.
They are playing Samford style basketball.
Yep.
They are where they inbound the ball and it's full sprint to the hoop. that's what they do now. They're playing so fast, and it's kind of a treat to watch. They're going to be an interesting
We're
team
not
this year.
going to get into the Chauncey Billups stuff today. I don't want to talk the Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier stuff. I'm supposed to do that with my friend.
Yeah.
So that video will come out eventually because I want more to come out. But just know, honestly, this might have been better for the Trailblazers to get rid of Chauncey and have Tiago be their coach. That
Maybe.
one game I know it's one game, but when has Chauncey been known as a good coach so
I just
far?
like what they're doing. I feel like they finally have a direction.
Yeah.
You paid Tamani Kamara. You paid Shaden Sharp. Like, it's clear. These are the types of guys that we're going to build around. I love Denny Avija. I've always had a soft spot for him. And what you said with them playing fast, we talk about it in the college game all the time. The teams that play fast are the teams that know they can't win in the half court.
Yep.
So if we can't truly win in the half court, then let's go beat the defense down and go play fast. And we can't defend, so let's go outscore you and out-athlete you. And they can do that with some of the guys they've invested in, which is exciting. It's fun to watch.
If you have League Pass and you're up late, just watch them over a slower Clippers team or a slower Lakers team. It's a fun watch.
Yeah,
So.
100%. So I think that we can move into Contenders and Pretenders. And I think I want to hear Ange talk's contender first.
Yeah, I'll start it off. Speaking of slow-paced teams, I am picking the Clippers as my contender. I know you guys are shocked by this. I think with their Aspire money, shout out to Kawhi.
Aspiration.
Obviously, they're old, and obviously it's, a work in progress with all the older guys. I think that's going to benefit them versus the Thunder late. If you see the matchups down low, I think they're perfect matchup for them down low with Brook, with Zubac, John Collins. They have the perfect guys to slow them down there. The issue will be slowing down Shea. Obviously that's everybody's issue. But I think they have perfect coaching with Tyronn. Tyron's a great coach, and this team is loaded. I think if they stay healthy, obviously, they're going to get more pieces. I just watch out for them. That's all I'm saying. They're loaded. I know they had a rough game 1 versus the Jazz and got buzzsaw. Just
The first game of the year isn't real.
yeah, but when you if they stay healthy and they
Unless
make it to
you're
the
the Knicks.
playoffs with this, if their roster it is what it is now, they add 1 or 2 guys. Just watch out. I mean, they are perfect team to hurt all your favorite teams in the playoffs.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, they did it last year against the Nuggets. I mean, they should have beat them.
100%. They should have
They
beat
had
them.
it, but Darren Gordon hit the tip-in shot at the last second. I mean, they took them to 7 games, and they are better now than they were last year, and they almost made it to the Western Conference Finals. So I know it's a shocking pick. And that's not sexy because everybody wants to down them for being old, but I'm just saying, watch out for them. Kawhi is also, I would say, is motivated from all this stuff.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
He's gonna play 65 games, and they're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna be a top 5.
That
seed.
might be the
65
craziest
would be
takes he's
wonderful.
ever said.
I think the 65 games is the biggest.
Watch out.
table to
I'm just
stay
telling you
in.
guys.
If Kawhi plays 65 games, they're a 4 or 5 seed in the West, 100%.
I, think
I can
they're
agree with
penciled
that.
in. I think they're penciled
Yeah,
in.
I love the addition of Brooke Lopez on this team. John Collins is the exact guy an old team needs. Like
Little juice.
he's the Kuminga on the Warriors, right? Where it's like you need that guy who's going to come off the bench or be the young guy to run the floor, really get after it, and take a lot of shots. He took 12 shots their last game. Like I think John Collins was perfect for this team. And honestly, the funniest thing I get to watch now is a Chris Paul John Collins pick and roll.
Right.
It's actually kind of a fun watch.
They're going to win 25, 30 games into it.
Yeah.
They're going to win most of their games there. So yeah,
John
watch
Collins
out.
never had like that lob point guard setup guy with Utah because they always just had this kind of wheel of fortune.
I was gonna say he had Trey Young,
No,
but you said
that
Utah.
was my point.
You said
In
Utah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
Me and
say
you had the same. We looked at each other like, what?
we didn't see primo John Collins
No.
since
Yeah.
Atlanta when he had Trae Young to
Right.
set him up for that stuff. He never had it in Utah because they're drafting a new young point guard every year. So it is interesting to see him with a couple guys that can set him up like Harden and Chris Paul.
100%. I completely agree. Yeah, just watch out. So
All right, I'll go next on the contender front. So I was going to talk about the Orlando Magic, but I feel like I kind of talked myself out of them because I'm a little worried about the bench, right? We talked about Cole Anthony moving on. I like Tristan Da Silva, but I'm not sure if we're ready to call him like a guy you can really count on off the bench. So I'm going to pivot, and I have a little fanboy thing going on. I'm not sure we've talked about this yet. I really like the San Antonio Spurs. I like them a lot. I love Wemby. He's so fun to watch. Stephon Castle, one of my favorite young players. Dylan Harper, they just drafted. The minutes are slow, but I think he's going to continuously kind of grow into that role as the season goes on. Another guy that we talked about earlier today before the show was Luke Cornett.
yeah.
Oh, dude, such a huge addition for the Spurs.
Luke Cornett, who not an exciting name, not sexy at all, but
Yeah.
that is a great addition for the Spurs just to kind of have that extra big off the bench, help with rebounding stuff, protect the paint stuff a little bit. Wemby's not going to play 82 games.
Right.
But I just really excited about this team, what I've seen so far. De'Aaron Fox hasn't even played yet.
That's what I was going to say.
So it's a lot. And those wings, the Bubble Champagne, the Keldon Johnsons,
Vassell.
the
Harrison
Devin Vassell,
Bonzi.
Bonzi. Again, not sexy names, but those are good high floor wings. And I just think that roster is slowly but surely building into one that's going to be exciting. And it's at the point now, I don't know how long Fox is going to be out, but he's becoming kind of like a free agent edition or like a trade edition to where when you get him in with how they've already been playing, it's just going to stretch that team out. Maybe Castle stays in the starting lineup. Maybe he goes to the bench. More on that later when we talk about awards.
I think you move Barnes to the bench and you keep Castle with how good this Wemby Castle duo has been looking. I think that's where they go.
That's
they also don't have Sohan. I know Sohan's not a big deal to a lot of people, but I think size and defense, like what he brings for the wing defense. Like when you get Harrison Barnes off the court and you put Sohan in, you get a more defensive fronted team.
Defensive lineup with Wemby, Stephon Castle, and Sohan in it. It's just like, okay,
and then you get
really
Champagny and Vassell to sit in the corners and shoot. Like I know Champagny had a 1-for-6 game. He's not going to do that every game. If he can get to 2 of 6, 3 of 6 from 3 every game, you get Vassell shooting 14 threes last game. Like these high volume 3-point shooters with 3 defensive guys. I mean, yes, Wemby had an off night with 9 blocks and 29 points and 11 boards.
Dylan Harper is this year's Stephon Castle.
Yes, and
so
Stephon Castle took
and this
a
is
leap.
the NBA Rookie of the Year, so it's like, watch out. I like that team in the West.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Spurs?
Yeah, the only thing that worries me about the Spurs is the coaching. I think that having this young head coach kind of can hurt you later down the line. But I mean, other than that, I'm with you on all of this. But watch out for the coaching. He can get out coached most nice, but will it matter if Wemby's going crazy?
Yeah, no, true.
Who do you got?
You took mine because I thought you were going to go Magic, so I was going to go Spurs, but I'm going to go with the Magic. I just think the 3-headed monster looks unguardable, and I think this team lives and dies by Jalen Suggs. I think if Jalen Suggs has a good game and doesn't get in foul trouble, because that game against the Heat, he got in super early foul trouble. He had like 4 fouls in the first half. And he only played 14 minutes and shot 6 of 7.
He's one of those square button defenders.
Yes. He's going to spam steal.
Yeah.
And I agree with you with worries about the bench. Don't get me wrong. But they don't have Mo Wagner. And Mo Wagner, I really think, puts this team together. And I know it's crazy to say that, but what Wendell Carter gives you is a meh big. He is an NBA center. He's going to go get you some boards. He's going to get you some points. He's going to play some defense. And I think Mo Vog is the one off the bench who's going to be the spark center who really wants to run the floor with you. He loves playing with Franz. Like when they're on the court together, it feels like they play better. I think Paolo is going to be this inefficient rebounding scorer, but he can be that number one. And now you have Desmond Bane to take the load off. So, because who's the teams in the East that they're going to end up facing, right? It's going to be the Knicks. It's going to be the Cavs, and it's going to be...
Maybe Boston, I guess.
No, it's not Boston. There's no chance it's Boston. It's probably the Hawks. But when you look at those teams, here's the problem I have with each of those teams. They both have 2 really good defenders. Who's going to guard the third option? Because we saw when the Knicks played the Cavs, who went off? OG, who had the third option guarding him. Because the main defender was guarding Brunson. Second was on Macau and Cat. Right, so you're so worried about that. With this Magic team, like if the Hawks face them, are you gonna have Trae Young guard Desmond Bane?
Well, they played them last night. When it came down to
40.
the stretch, I mean,
you guys did get the win, and that's what I'm saying. Like in a 7-game series, are you gonna put Nickeil Alexander-Walker on him, and then are you gonna start Nickeil Alexander-Walker at that point? Like, because I know you guys are matchup dependent a lot for your starting
I have
lineup.
a hot take on this though. I watched the game last night, Hawks and Magic. We had Trae on Bane. We were daring Bane to score, and he wasn't. I mean, it's you're relying. He's gonna have to be more aggressive.
I mean, 5 of 14 isn't a normal Desmond Bane night.
That's what I'm saying. He has to.
Paulo shot 4 of 18.
Paulo shot 4 of 15 in that game. But I see what you're saying. You have these guys that can go lock up.
Yeah.
That's why I love the Hawks this year. They were really close to being my contender. I just, again, with you guys, your bench is like deep, but it's not that like it doesn't jump out at you.
Yeah, it's gonna be ups and downs. it's a brand new team still. They're gonna figure it out. That's why I'm not even touching them in this show. It's still wait and see, because I think they can either be third in the East or ninth again. So.
Pivoting back to the Magic before we move on, they were your contender. I like them a lot too.
I love them.
I talked about the losing Cole Anthony, which doesn't seem like a big deal, but I think it's a decently big deal. We haven't seen Jace Richardson yet.
Yep.
I wasn't huge on the Jace Richardson pick just because of his size. I was worried about him being small, but Cole Anthony's small, and here I am putting him over like crazy. So who's to say Jace Richardson can't kind of grow into the role as the season goes on, and all of a sudden you have a bench of Mo Wagner.
Yep.
You have.
And John Isaac played 1 minute. If he can, I know it's health with him, but he is one of the best defenders in basketball. Leaky Black is a guard, big guard. Like, I love big guards. It's so good defensively. Dyson Daniels, that's why he's so effective. He has long arms. He's really big. I think this Magic team will figure it out by the All-Star break, and they're going to be one of the most dangerous teams in basketball.
Yeah.
I just love watching them.
And I like their coaching as well.
And I adore watching
I know I
them
talked
play.
about coaching a lot, but their coaching's strong. They brought in a bunch of head coaches that
It's Mobley, right? What's
Mosley.
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 He brought in some longtime head coaches to be his assistant coaches. They just have everything, and they have sweet unis.
They do have
the core, the whole
never
deal.
rebrand again. Stay here forever. These unis are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Finishing that off, love all of our picks for contenders. I want to swing to Ange, dog. Who's your pretender for this season that everyone thinks is a title contender and isn't?
Oh. The New York. I'm just kidding. No, I'm going to go with the Oklahoma City Thunder here. Now that's very fun, right? Like, pick the team. They're not going to double peat, right? Or you're going to go back to back, repeat. It's just it seems fake to me. I mean, they're having to win these close overtime games already early on. It's so tough to repeat. They're relying on Shea, like
so
much to just be
The MVP.
What's that?
The MVP.
The MVP. They're relying on him to be the MVP nightly. That Jalen will come back soon with the wrist thing. I mean, but a right wrist injury, you have to deal with that all year.
I mean, he dealt with it in the NBA Finals and went nuclear.
Yeah, just.
I think I like your pick a lot. I was thinking about picking them, but I want to see them with J-Dub. Because, like, they didn't change anything.
Right.
They really kept... I don't think that anybody left.
Right.
Everything that was a part of that finals run is still there. Yeah. And I think that they're just as good as they are last year, but every other team got better while you're the same. I think that's why I am with you on them being a pretender. I still think they'll be a Western Conference Finals team, but will they beat the teams that got better, like the Nuggets, like even the Clippers, like you said, or if it gets to that point, Thunder versus Warriors, the bigs for the Thunder aren't really killing anybody. They're not going to go out there and get you 20. Jalen Williams isn't going to give you 20. Isaiah Hartenstein's not going to get you 20. Chet will, but Chet's going to be guarded by a power forward because of how active he is.
And that's another hot take. If Curry doesn't get hurt against the Wolves, they buzzsaw them in that
100%.
And then they could have beat them. They could have beat the Thunder. Curry was at
the Pacers. The Pacers should have beat them, but the refs gave that game to the Thunder.
And,
like 100%.
And Halliburton got hurt, but I don't know. It's not a sexy pick. It's kind of boring, but
I love that we can talk about the Thunder as not the end all be all without over focusing on the whistle. The whistle is the whistle.
I don't know, dude. Shooting 26 free throws in a basketball game he has more free throws made than field goals made this season so far in 2 games. The whistle is getting out of hand. The problem I have with
you also have to think about the whistle, though, as a usage thing. You're going to get more whistles when you have crazy usage, too.
Okay, the problem I have with the whistle Shea gets is the way Lou Dort is allowed to play defense. You can't be a WWE wrestling team on defense and then have your guy throw his head back and get the whistle every time.
That makes it look worse when the casual fan watches the Thunder and they watch them play that physical brand of defense and Dort is in your shit. Extra, like very handsy defender, and then you go on the other hand and you on the other side of the court and you get every touch foul. It's just like, but wait, it just makes it look worse.
The main thing is that double OT game against the Rockets, they put guards on bigs on purpose because they know the guards can get away with fouling. Sengun had 40. He should have had 50
Right.
because Lou Dort's hands are all over his chest and back. Every time Lou Dort guards somebody, it's a foul. I swear. Alex Caruso is not as bad, don't get me wrong, but the way the Thunder are allowed to defend teams and Shea has a whistle is why everyone hates the Thunder. If you want to go give Shea 20 free throws, you have to go give the other team pretty like you have to. It has to be even.
I don't know as much hate the Thunder as much hate watching the Thunder.
Yeah, it's hard to watch the Thunder
because you can't deny Shea's greatness either. Like he is merching a little bit on the free throws, but when he gets to certain spots, he's gonna hit every time.
He's so
Nobody
good
can
without
guard
the
him.
free throws. He doesn't need it.
Right. But he does need it, and that's why they're my pretenders because they rely on it. If he's not going crazy with 15 free throws a game, every game is going to be like these first two. So watch out for them. That's all I'm saying.
Who's your
I hear you.
pretender?
I don't buy the Minnesota Timberwolves at all. I think this team and this franchise have plateaued. Credit to them. They've been at least, the second round the last 2 years? Did they make the second round last year? Regardless, it's been a perennial playoff team. I love Anthony Edwards, certified dog.
I love Julius Randle. He actually has gotten so much better since going to the Timberwolves.
They're
He
not
actually
going
fits
anywhere.
them, but
I
they're not
love
going
their
anywhere.
coach. I think they have a great coach. They have a problem that they've had for years at point guard.
Point guard.
They have not
Dante
addressed it.
DiVincenzo cannot be your starting point guard.
Mike Conley played 9 minutes last night. You got Rob Dillingham, who is not a point guard.
No.
It's just like, what are you going to do here? I like Randall. Is Randall a championship number 2 option?
No,
I don't know.
I think he's a championship number 3 option. I think if they had someone better than Randall, yeah, but they're paying Rudy Gobert so much money.
I think that's kind of the core of my argument for them being a pretender is I just think the roster as presently constructed has reached its ceiling and we might need to blow it up. But when you blow it up, I think the first move is trade Rudy Gobert. And then now all of a sudden your defensive identity is gone. So, and if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves and your defensive identity is gone, who are you then? Who do you trade Rudy Gobert for to where you can kind of maintain that identity but still get better? It's almost like I wish they had like this big that could be somewhat of a defensive presence but could also shoot threes but could also do a little bit in the post. But whatever happened to that one big that they had?
They had a big that could do that. I wonder what happened to him. It's almost like they traded him for Julius Randle.
Yeah. Go figure. I don't think that's gone well. I think they miss Cat. I think that team had a higher ceiling than this version of the Wolves does. And sorry, I think you lost that trade. Ask the Knicks about that. I think the Knicks ceiling is higher.
You
than the Wolves had.
traded Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo, and Cat is just both those guys in one player. Right? You traded away Cat for 2 guys that do the same thing he does on his own, while under Mike Brown, so far it has seemed Cat is starting to understand defense a little better.
It's just like
he's going to be a defensive liability.
We want to go get Rudy Gobert, but we can't play Gobert and Towns together, so we're going to choose Gobert over Towns, fit in Randall and DiVincenzo, and it's just like, okay, but now fast forward a year and a half, you want to move on from Gobert, you still don't have a point guard, and you're not going anywer. So
it's a nothing trade. Neither team's really going to do much.
How long before we start hearing whispers about Anthony Edwards wanting out of Minnesota? He's going to want to go to a bigger market.
It won't be this
Maybe
season.
he wants to go home.
Stop.
Maybe he wants to come home.
I don't like when he says these things.
He's a Hawks fan.
I don't like when he says these things.
Just
Moving on. My pretender, when we first talked...
Trey Young for Anthony Edwards trade down the road?
I would accept.
Solve your point guard problem.
Trey Young and picks.
I would accept in a heartbeat. Yeah,
It would need to be more.
Yeah.
The Wolves would not take Trey and picks. It would be more.
You would have to get rid of Jalen Johnson.
They'd want Jalen Johnson.
And are you okay with that?
No.
No, you're not.
I'd rather have Jalen Johnson.
When we first started talking about doing this show, it was before something that changed the season for this team happened. I had the Rockets as my contender, and now they have turned into my pretender because of Fred VanVleet being injured. In the first 2 games of the season, it has clearly shown they miss Fred VanVleet's playmaking. They miss somebody who understands that they need to pass the basketball. They don't have a point guard, and they don't have anybody coming off of injury who's a point guard. They have nobody to run this show. So many times this Rocket team has Sengun bringing up the ball. I love Amen Thompson more than a lot of people. He is not a point guard. I love Jabari Smith. He's a set. Their whole starting lineup is above 6'8", and that's cool if one of those guys is a point guard.
And they can all shoot, except for Amen.
Yeah.
So it's like, Amen, okay, you're not
You
a
can't
catch and shoot 3-point shooter. You're not a point guard. So
If you're going to buy into being the point guard of this basketball team, you have to stop sitting in the corner and shooting threes if you're Amen Thompson. You need to bring the ball up every time. You need to be in every pick and roll action. You need to move the ball. You need to be the guy to put the ball in KD's hands. If the Rockets are going to win this year, Amen Thompson needs to realize he can't be the number 2 or 3 option. He has to take a backseat offensively to Kevin Durant, to Sengun, and let Jabari Smith go shoot his 9 threes a game. And you just have to lock up and get it in transition.
who's the... He's
bench-
not a 3-and-D guy. He's a energy and D guy. He's an E&D guy. And it's just,
But I love
I'm not
him.
sure an E&D
He's
guy's
so
a good fit with this
but
roster.
This roster constructed needed Fred VanVleet. And now that they don't have him, I don't think they're set up to win. I think they could go make a deal before the deadline, and if they get a point guard, I will regret saying they're my pretender.
But does that cost you
Reed Shepherd.
Tari Eason?
It
Does
needs
that
to-
cost you Reed
It has
Shepherd?
to, because why pick him 3rd overall if you're not going to use? I don't think Udoka is really bought in on him, and that's a shame. Like, use him more then. Like they used him. Game
But the
one.
thing is that
They
game.
had to have
No,
thought he was a
they
point
used
guard.
him. But did you
Yeah.
see what he did in overtime?
Turn
He
the ball over?
ignored Kevin Durant 2 or 3 possessions in a
I agree
row.
with that, but I blame
and tried to go put
Udoka for
fadeaways.
that.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're not putting him in like spots to succeed. They barely used him his first year.
Have you seen the Houston Rockets like run a set yet?
No,
Right.
They
I haven't
don't.
seen them run a set
The
yet.
set is
But
move
they-
out of the way, let Ahmed cook the big man that's guarding him.
And then it's
Let
get
K-
out of the way, let KD cook.
Or
Yeah.
get out of the way, let Sengun do his thing.
Yes.
But the thing is, Sengun's so good.
it's also ISO.
It's
and
complete
I agree
ISO.
with you. You got to blame Ime to some extent because yes, you don't have a point guard as
But
like
you
a
got
ringleader
KD
on the
so
court.
late.
It's like
your
call a set.
team
Call a
changed
set
so
and
crazy.
Use the number 3 overall pick you just got. I think they need to use him more. They did. If he's going to get better, if he's going to develop, you're going to have to use him more. If you're worried about point guard play, you just drafted one. He is special.
I don't think he's a point guard though. He's a scoring point guard. Shea is a point guard, but is Shea going to go out there and be your like passer? That's what J-Dub does. It's the same thing with the Knicks.
fair.
Jalen Brunson's a point guard,
But shouldn't that be
he's
Amen
not
then?
setting up everybody
Wouldn't
else.
that be Amen?
It's Amen. Amen needs to be your point
yeah,
guard.
I feel you.
But he doesn't.
But that's
he's not
hard
a point
because
guard.
he's a one-trick pony point guard. Because it's all right if
Yeah.
I'm bringing the ball up, I am going to the rack.
Yeah.
Defenses are going to sag off him because he's a zero threat to shoot, and if they're sagging off of him, look at what's around them. It feels weird. Udoka needs to get it together.
It's
Yeah.
baffling how the Thompson brothers are so bad at shooting. They were such huge prospects, and don't get me wrong, they're fantastic players. They're great
Fantastic
players,
athletes.
but that's been a.
They cannot shoot.
I think
for
that's
score.
been a theme though in the draft,
Yeah.
like where these guys that are the top prospects can't shoot because your top prospect is the biggest athlete
Shout
in
out
the
to Ace
draft.
Bailey.
Yeah.
Ace Bailey needs to get healthy. He's sick. He has an illness right now. Let's see how he. I'm not rookies. I want to give 2 months. I'm not worried about Cooper Flagg. Everyone's alarm bells are ringing about Cooper Flagg in 2 games. What has our favorite podcaster Josh Lloyd been saying? Efficiency is going to be terrible for 2 to 3 months, and then January, February, Cooper Flagg will be a top 50 player.
Let's give Reed Shepherd that same grace then.
Yes.
He's a second-year player, but he spent a lot of time in the G League last
Yes.
year. So let's give him a minute too, because maybe he can become
A
some of
playmaker.
what Houston needs with a little bit of time.
You see him in preseason and in summer, he's going nuts. It's an
It's
Udoka
there.
thing.
It's
I
there.
think it's an Udoka thing. I don't think it's a Reed Shepherd
Who's
thing.
like the point guard whisperer on that coaching staff? Like, where's Sam Cassell?
Yeah,
Sam
get him-
Cassell.
Yeah.
Can you? Can they hire
Sam
a guy
Cassell
like
probably
that?
got some contacts in right now at a local
Don't.
poker
We're
game.
not bringing up
I'm just-
Chauncey.
I'm
We're
sorry.
not
Sorry,
bringing up
Sam.
Chauncey
Sorry,
today.
He might be wearing some glasses right
I wanted
now
to
that
do one-
show the cards.
I want to do one more thing before we end this segment, and I wanted to have a heated debate, just a quick one, maybe a minute. The Knicks are going to be a 4th seed, maybe 5th seed this year.
Okay, if that's the case, then give me the top
Give
three
me the
above
teams
them.
above them.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
No.
The Milwaukee Bucks are a better team. Okay,
Keep going.
what's wrong? Let's. Why not?
Okay, I'm gonna go through their roster right now, and we're gonna go through the starting lineups of both teams.
You
I just
caused
said-
this.
That's it. I just
So-
want to talk a little bit.
So you think Kevin Porter Jr. is better than Jalen Brunson? Let's go each position. Point guard. Jalen Brunson versus Kevin Porter
I
Jr.
will give Brunson the win on that one.
No shit.
Okay.
Okay. Who's their starting point guard or shooting guard? AJ Green or Mikal Bridges? Mikal Bridges. through the first 2 games of this season in the new Mike Brown offense. All right, let's look at what McCall's done in the first 2 games of the season. You wanted to do this. I'm just saying. McCall has 16 points, 6 assists, 3 steals in the first game against the Cavs.
You open this box.
Against the Celtics, McCall on 5 of 10 shooting, 6 boards, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal.
What's regular season? I get you.
AJ Green is not better than Mikal Bridges.
No, he's not better, but he plays his role well.
He does play his role very well.
You don't want to leave him open.
You don't leave him open.
Open.
Who's the small forward for the Bucks?
Gary Trent, probably.
Gary Trent versus OG Anunoby. Gary Trent versus OG Anunoby.
Oh, man.
Who do you think is better between Gary Trent and OG Anunoby?
OG, I'll give you OG, but OG has his off nights. All
right.
Because Gary Trent's money every night.
Yeah, you know it.
Gary Trent's money every night.
That's my guy.
Let's do power forward, baby.
Power forward, Giannis and Cat. I'm going to go Giannis. But is the gap that huge for what they are for their team?
It wouldn't be a sweep.
I think we beat them in a series.
Yeah, I don't know why he opened that can of worms. I'm not ready.
I don't know.
Cavs, sure, maybe. It would be a really competitive series.
Even though we just put belt to ass.
Yeah, you guys did well there.
Who else? Orlando's
They're
right there. Getting there.
Orlando's right
I don't
there.
think the size is ready for the Knicks.
Yeah, I think the Hawks are a better
We have
team.
Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, when healthy in the playoffs last year, was the best player
I'm
on
saying
the court.
I don't think Orlando has the size to match up with
I don't
the
think
Knicks.
you guys are better than us. There's no
I think the
chance
Hawks are a better team.
I think you're smoking.
I think they have a better roster.
Our bench is better than every bench you've stated so far, by the way.
Your bench is Deuce McBride.
Jordan Clarkson, Mitchell Robinson, Yabusele, and then Tyler Kolek has been putting in great minutes.
And
Josh Hart. Josh Hart had 14 boards.
Josh Hart will be
No,
starting
he won't.
soon.
No, he won't.
I think he'll come off the bench.
No,
it'll be
Mitchell Robinson
Brunson,
or
McCall,
Huck Porty.
OG.
We're playing 2 big lineups every night.
You think they're going to keep playing Huck Porty with Towns?
It depends the matchup.
If they play Huck Porty against the Hawks, they'll win by 15.
We won't play Huck Porty against the Hawks because you guys have a stretch big.
Jalen Johnson would go 30, 10, and 10 for
OG
sure.
Anunoby.
But then,
I'm just saying they're not going to be a 4th or 5th seed. I'm just joking
We're
because
gonna
I know
be
he's
the
a
2
fan.
seed.
Hawks, Knicks.
We're
going to
be the 1 or 2 seed.
Just know their ceiling is Eastern Conference Finals.
Our ceiling is winning the NBA Finals.
That's
okay,
the ceiling.
all right. Well, with that being said, I'm going to say, because our next segment was who's going to win the NBA championship, and I have the New York Knicks winning the NBA championship.
Okay.
Because the defensive identity.
Yeah.
We have found a way with Mike Brown to get the most out of Cat on defense, which means Brunson just has to sit in the corner on their worst player, right? For you guys, it's Dyson Daniels. Brunson can go sit and guard Dyson Daniels because you guys don't use him on offense whatsoever. OG's going to go guard, let's say it's a Hawk series, he's going to go guard Jalen Johnson. He's going to go guard Donovan Mitchell / in the Cavs game, they put Evan Mobley at the 5, and they're like, oh, what are the Knicks going to do? Put Cat on Evan Mobley? No, we're going to go small and put OG at the 5, and we're going to beat you for 10 minutes while that lineup's out there, and that's what they did.
Against the Celtics last year in the playoffs, too.
So, having that ability to put OG at the 5, there's so much versatility, and we have the best closer in the NBA. I don't think there's anybody that closes games better than Jalen Brunson.
Statistically, you're right.
And I think the Knicks truly can, and I hope will be your NBA champions this year.
I'm rooting for you, man. I mean, I like to joke with you, but the best thing about the Knicks and the funniest thing for me is this is the best team that Mike Brown has ever coached.
And wasn't he in the finals with the Lakers? Didn't he coach a team?
No, he won a championship with the Cavaliers.
Yes.
Was that
with LeBron James? He was an assistant coach.
He had a LeBron James team that won and he was also assistant coach with the Warriors. I'm talking head coach.
Yes.
To where he plays a role in their success.
Yeah,
this is
gonna have to be
100%
good. Like with the Kings, he was a very good motivator. They made some runs with the Kings.
It's just an unserious franchise.
This is his best team he's ever had. So I'm rooting for him. I'm happy for him. And yeah, I agree with that take. They have every chance in the world, but they'll get booted by the Hawks.
I think the Eastern Conference Finals matchup is Knicks. Oh, dude, that's so hard. I think it's Knicks Cavs.
It's Knicks Cavs.
Unless you guys make a special run, because I think you guys can beat the Cavs.
Yeah, no, the Hawks can make that run to the Eastern Conference Finals,
so.
And I still think you guys are underestimating the Bucks simply because I think they're gonna make that move. They're gonna make a splash move. Soon.
But I think
you know who the Bucks could really use that would really help them. We talked about at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
They could really use a Chris Middleton type, couldn't they?
And watch out, dude. Watch them go get him.
Watch that happen.
Watch them go get him
That
back.
would be so awkward.
Go
Watch
get
them-
What do you think about
Go
the
get
Knicks
Middleton
call?
in McCollum.
Go get both. I was just gonna say,
you get
but
both of
for
them,
what?
then watch out.
But for what? A
Wizards will do
pick in the
anything.
20s.
The Wizards will do it.
The rights to. I won't say something bad right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Maybe
they don't have any assets.
The Bucks are
maybe the
asset
Wizards
very
coach will get
not
invited
happy.
to those gambling games after that. Those
I'll
poker
go
nights.
next on Contender. You guys are gonna hate me. It's extremely not exciting, but I'm going through the list and I'm scrolling and I'm just like, nope. OKC Thunder.
Yeah,
are gonna repeat.
no, it's okay. No,
OKC Thunder are
that's
gonna
all right.
repeat.
That's all right.
A big part of it, and I was just saying a minute ago how like I hate when the ref argument comes up, but like it's really
That's a
easy to win the NBA championship when it's 6-on-5. And
Well, there's 3 refs on the court, so it's 8-on-5.
I was talking to the unit. All right, the unit plus the 5. No, all jokes aside, the refs are a factor, obviously, but Shea's the MVP. I'm not going to sit here and act like Shea isn't an absolute baller.
Yeah.
I love the starting lineup. I love the bench. Some of those young bench guys that they're getting, like Sam Presti, as far as I'm concerned, is my primary deity. And I think some of these guys that he's got on the bench, like I love AJ Mitchell. Shout out UCSB Gauchos.
Yeah.
Word up, Gaucho Nation. I see you at the Pyramid. What's up? We're gonna beat y'all this year. Hit up the Thunderdome. We're gonna go to the
Shout out to
Thunderdome. Just some of those guys on the bench, they're deeper than I think anyone. Their size is legit with Chet and big man Hartenstein. The Broncos going to be back. Williams, you got Shea, you got Caruso. You've got so many pieces. I don't see a team out there that can beat them in a series. And that building is insane. And that's a team too. If it came down to it, they could make that move. If somebody goes down or they need one more piece,
They can do whatever they want.
They have all the assets in the world. So I just think that franchise and that situation is better than any other one. If I had to pick a second one just to not be boring, like I would like to see the Cavs make a run. Like if the Cavs were to sneak by the Knicks.
Totally. The East is wide open.
super
Open.
vulnerable. We'll see what happens with Darius Garland. I think they need a healthy Garland to really do it.
That won't
But
happen.
Am I the only
That won't
guy who
happen.
thinks Darius Garland is not as good as everyone thinks?
No,
he
I
is?
very
think he's
good.
a
You
good
just can't stay on
player,
the field.
yeah.
You can't stay on the court.
and is his fit with Donovan Mitchell
That's what
great?
I'm- that's what I'm
I get
worried
that.
about.
Yeah.
So,
When-
so I'll go with the Thunder.
Who do you think is going to win the NBA
Yeah,
championship?
so I'm going to say a team that we haven't mentioned once in this whole show.
That's fun.
I think they still need one more piece, maybe at the wing position, but I'm going to go with the Denver Nuggets to win the championship. They still have a Nikola Jokic problem where nobody in the world can guard him.
Is that their problem
Yeah,
or everyone
they're-
else's
The
problem?
NBA has a Nikola Jokic problem.
I think the best, probably one of the best moves all offseason was Cam Johnson for...
It hasn't looked good yet, but once he settles into
Yeah.
that role, he is better than Michael Porter Jr. at everything on the basketball court, except
if we're
for
just
talking
going-
about women.
If we're just going off of... but we're just going off one game here. If we are just going off one game, and if Aaron Gordon's like that all season, then nobody's beating him.
He's not.
Yeah, exactly, and that's not happening. But they have everything you need. They just need to stay healthy. Jamal Murray stays healthy, obviously. They have it all. They have a good bench now too. They have shooters off the bench. I mean, that's a team that can easily beat these teams. But I will say, if they face the Clippers again in the playoffs, they're going to lose to the Clippers.
Yes.
They should have lost to them last year. They will lose to them this year. So, but yeah, just watch out for the Nuggets. I mean, they have everything you need to win the whole thing.
I'm with you. I think the Nuggets are really, really good. I think the biggest fear with the Nuggets and the reason they lost last year was the bench unit wasn't great, but they got Bruce Brown back. And there's something about Bruce Brown in Denver that he doesn't do anywhere else, and it's just he fits this team so well. And everyone talks about these floor generals. If you play on the court with Nikola Jokic, you become a better basketball player no matter what.
I mean,
he
he's
makes
gonna
you better
get
at
those
basketball.
shots that MPJ got where he would hesitate and then go do
Yes.
a fader in the corner.
And
Cam's not going to
Cam
hesitate.
will
He's gonna
just pull
shoot.
that.
They also got Tim Hardaway Jr. that will do the same
Yes.
thing. They're loaded, dude.
That's
Just watch
another
out
thing
for
we
them.
didn't talk about the Pistons is they
Valanciunas
lost.
back up for Jokic.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Valanciunas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that was
yes.
huge for. That's a good call. I didn't even mention that.
Valanciunas was such a good
Against the
pickup for them.
Clippers when they were getting worked on non-Jokic minutes, and Valanciunas he almost went overseas to go because he
Yes.
got crazy money offered, and he stayed there at that. It's a good point. Watch out for them.
And the thing is, like, I think when we were talking about the Pistons earlier, that's one thing. They don't have Malik Beasley. They don't have Tim Hardaway Jr. They don't have these shooters that are going to bail them out.
Agreed, and that's what their downfall is going to be.
That's what's crazy too, though. Is I remember watching the playoffs with you guys last year, and just like look at Detroit go, and like going on a run like this is the kind of thing you need to do in a smaller market to get free agents to want to come.
And nobody went.
And in this cycle, at least, nobody went, and
Yeah.
it's just like, are they going to be able to really go get somebody to go play with Cade and Duran?
You know
and them?
what? The problem was those guys were there, and that was their year to make the run, and those guys left. Right? Like the guys you're talking about went to the Nuggets.
I'm not talking about
No, but I'm saying
getting
that
guys.
you go
I'm
get
talking about
vets.
getting guys.
But do you have the money to go get guys when you kind of have to pay Asar eventually? You have to pay Cade eventually. You have to pay Jalen Duran, unfortunately, eventually.
Yeah.
Dude, no, Asar has looked better without Jalen Duran on the floor, but that's a different thing.
Step one of turning them around was turning around their culture, and
Yeah.
they're starting to do that.
They did a
let's-
great job of
Let's
that.
check in with them again, kind of as time goes on, and we'll
Well,
see.
we're gonna do a little bit more. I'm gonna try to figure out how to get the camera to work on the Discord with you guys, and we're gonna do some online shows. What I do want to talk about right now, though, is who do we think is going to be the MVP of basketball this year? And my pick is Victor Wembanyama is going to win the MVP. The guy had 9 blocks last night. He almost had a triple-double with blocks. He went out there and got 40 night one, is hitting step backs, ball handling at 7'5", like he's 6'6". Like, the guy is, before the season, everyone's saying he's probably just outside the top 5. No, I think he's the best basketball player in the world right now. This offseason, he went and worked with KG. He went and worked with Hakeem. He went to China to boot his temples. This guy is an anime character in the NBA. He is Luffy from One Piece in the NBA. And I just don't think that there's a... When you watch him play, he is the best player in the world. Yes, Jokic is amazing, but he doesn't give it to you on defense.
Yeah.
And now that Wemby is actually using his body, he's bumping people off. Like, get off me, I'm 7'5". Oh, there was the one play that in my head turned that was Anthony Davis was guarding him, and Anthony Davis shut down the first drive, shut down the second move, third move, shut down, and then Wemby goes, no, I have a fourth counter, fade away, midi,
in
and
his
one.
face,
And it's just like, you can't guard him. And then you can just throw a lob to him whenever you want if you're Stephon Castle. I think this guy is going to be the most valuable player in basketball.
He's a fantasy god. He's not human, so I'm with you. The only thing that'll be in his way is health.
Yeah.
And, we've
If
seen
he
that already
plays
happen.
65 games, he's the MVP.
Yeah.
It'll be hard to argue.
This one's tough because I'm huge on the Bucks this year. Like I keep saying, I think Giannis has every chance in the world. But if the Lakers make the playoffs, Luka's going to win MVP. He's going to average. He could average 40.
He had 50 last night, and it looked easy.
It was easy. He's going to get 40 or 50 every night. He's looking like Slim Luka. He's a problem. There's not a person in the world that can guard him. You can put everybody on him. You can put Jaden McDaniels on him. You can put the small Dyson Daniels on him. You can put the bigger guards, smaller guards. There's no answer. And with the way he's moving right now, he even dunked last night. He dunked. I don't know.
Did you see the bench go crazy when he dunked?
Yeah, I mean, and I think LeBron being gone too, the usage is going to be out of this world. And yeah, he's going to average 35 points a game.
The thing with the Luka MVP case, I like that one a lot too, is it kind of reminds me of Dak Prescott a little bit. The reason why Dak Prescott is slowly creeping up those MVP rankings is because like the team is so bad that like
He's
it
single-handedly
highlights how
keeping them up.
valuable he is. Yeah. And like obviously he's playing great, he's having a great season, but the need is so great, and then he's meeting that need and exceeding it. Whether they win or not will determine, I think, if he wins it or not. But it's just like he is truly valuable. Do they win a game if he's not active?
No.
It's
I don't know.
oh, boy.
The thing is, if Rui plays like he did last night, they're a good playoff
Yeah,
team. But Rui will never be that guy consistently.
D-Wade was talking about it,
I
too.
liked Ayton. Didn't look like a complete and utter soft ass last night. Like
The Warriors were a tough matchup for game one.
everyone was so mad about that Warriors loss. I'm like, dude, DeAndre Ayton is never gonna outplay Draymond Green.
Not only that, it was a bad match. Like Jay Mill was saying, like it's a they're an old team early in the season. You're going to get their best, and they did get their best. They were
lights
Jimmy
out.
was lights out.
And Luka exposed some of the issues with Minnesota that we talked about earlier too.
Exactly.
How good is Minnesota? I don't know.
Well, it's also just hard because you can't when Luka's hitting step back threes from 30 feet and then coming down and getting and ones on the bump. My friend doesn't watch basketball. You guys know Mario. You guys met him at 4th of July. He he watches basketball. He became a Knicks fan because he loves OG Anunoby. That's literally the whole reason he became a Knicks fan with me is he loved watching OG play, and then the off court stuff, how he's so awkward. So he came over to watch the Knicks game. He's like, "Oh, I'll stay and watch the Laker game." He hit a parlay because we did Luka, Kuminga, and Cat, right? So he's watching Luka, and he's just like, Luka gets wherever he wants so easily.
Yeah.
He's the best spot finder behind Shea in the NBA. Luka knows exactly where on the court he wants to be and needs to be, and his passing ability is just ridiculous. So, like, a Luka MVP, if they're a top 6 seed, yeah, he's for sure the MVP.
That's going to be the hard
If
part.
they're a play-in team, I don't think he's an MVP.
That's
but
his
if they
downfall.
are a solidified team that just has a first round matchup, doesn't have to go through play-in, I think I can see that.
Yeah.
My MVP, I've been going back and forth on it. I wanted to go off the beaten path a little bit. I can't take SGA to repeat because I took the Thunder to repeat as champion.
Yeah.
I thought
you
about
were.
it.
I know you did. You're the biggest.
You probably got to win it.
So I'm going to cop out and talk about two guys that I think are kind of like fun down ticket bet guys.
That's what I did.
I like Alperen Sengun a lot. I don't think people really know about him yet. And I think as they get more and more NBC Peacock games, not TNT games, more people are going to start talking about him. And what if he averages like mid-20s in points,
He will.
11 rebounds,
Well, he will.
7-8 assists.
He will.
The-
That's the hard part.
the
The,
assist one,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
assists. If he can get to 8 assists, it's going to be hard to deny if they're a top 4 seed. But the thing about the West is you have to be a 4 seed.
So I'm so happy you brought that up because the other guy that I was thinking of is I could see there's a chance that all these Western Conference guys kind of
Beat each other up too
cancel
much.
each other out because they're going to beat each other up all year. And it makes me think a little bit about Donovan Mitchell a little
I
bit.
thought you were about to say Jalen Brunson.
Dude.
So, no.
Dude, I almost got so happy.
Cleveland Cavaliers have been like historic regular season team these last couple of years. If the Cavs just run away with the East as a 1 seed, Garland misses a ton of time, Mitchell's usage is through the roof. If Mitchell averages over 30 points a game, the assist numbers are up because he's playing more on-ball point guard stuff, and they like approach like a regular season wins record. I can see him being like a guy that just kind of checks a lot of the resume boxes that you need to win MVP. Number 1 seed, scoring numbers are out of control, all of that stuff. He just kind of fits the mold of what it takes to win MVP as far as like some of those other aspects that get baked into
I
it.
adore that as a down ticket, like plus 8,000 bet slip. I can see exactly what you're saying. I think the problem with the Cavs team is health. They have a lot of guys who don't stay healthy. Donovan Mitchell himself isn't the health master. You know what I mean? I think with Donovan Mitchell, the problem is going to be the stats. He doesn't go board. He doesn't get assists. He's a very volumetric shooter. If his percentages aren't out of control, then it's going to be hard to justify giving him the MVP over a guy like Sengun, like Jokic, et cetera, et cetera. So I love the idea. If they go win 65 games, then yeah, but they've already lost one. And it's like, where are the other 9 losses? Like, you have to go on another 15-0 streak, and you have to do that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
it
let's
feels
be
like.
real. It's Wemby.
Yeah,
it's gotta be Wemby if he stays healthy enough.
Shay's right there too. Though.
I have a question, though. If the Knicks went out there and won 60 games and Brunson averaged the same amount he did in his first year All-NBA, is he a top 3 vote getter?
I just don't know. I feel like
that's
maybe
that's the same Donovan Mitchell question, because that's how you have to look at it, right?
I agree with that.
If the Knicks go win 64 games, Brunson averages 28, 3, and 8. And he shoots really good percentages, and his free throw percentages are really good. Is he an MVP winner?
if
Probably
the
not.
Knicks win 65 games, then Cat's numbers are ridiculous too, and would Cat and Brunson maybe cancel each other out a little
Exactly.
bit? I don't think the Mobley threat to Mitchell is as big as the Cat threat would be to Brunson.
But I just think I don't think they're going to win 65 games.
Then we're also
I don't think
That's-
anybody's
that's where
winning
it is.
we still
65.
haven't mentioned Jokic. We haven't mentioned Anthony Edwards. There's still
But
so many
I don't
other
think we
guys.
want to
And
go.
Giannis,
But the whole
like-
point of this exercise is to not go the basic guy.
and have some fun with it.
Is
Yeah,
to not
I mean, I
know
took the
Jokic,
Thunder to win
yeah.
the championship.
Yeah.
I needed to
But
stir
Yes.
some
I
debate
think
with
they're
my
not the win.
MVP pick. So
so, do you guys want to go Coach of the Year or 6-man?
I'd rather do rookie.
Oh, let's go Rookie of the Year. We'll start with you, JMO.
Oh boy, I was really hoping you would give me a second. Let's
Okay,
see.
Then I'll go Ange, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's.
Asa Newell.
I don't like that laugh. I didn't like that laugh at all.
He's not going to get enough minutes.
He's buried. He's buried here.
He's not gonna get enough minutes.
We're loaded.
He's not gonna get enough minutes.
We're loaded.
I'll go.
Okay.
I like Trey Johnson. I like Trey Johnson. The team is horrid. They're going to be tanking hard. They're going to trade Middleton and McCollum. Trey Johnson's going to end up playing minutes in the 30s, and the dude is a bucket. Okay, I just think he's going to lead the rookie class in points per game, and a award like that will reward a guy like that. And I think he's just a really fun watch, too. So I'll take Trey Johnson almost by default because his team is so bad that he's going to get so much opportunity.
I'm scared about who you're going to
He gets it, so
can go
I'll
ahead.
go with Trey Johnson.
I'm going to go with the Honey Pack, VJ Edgecombe.
Oh,
I think they're not healthy enough, and he's gonna get 30 minutes a night, and he's gonna have all the volume in the world. You know what I think this 76ers team turns into? I think the 76ers team turns into the Portland Trail Blazers with Dame and CJ McCollum, where it's like Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe are both two small guards that you will not go guard, but basketball Paul Reed cannot be on the court. Kelly Oubre is going to get too many minutes. Embiid's on it. I think Embiid will never play basketball at the same level ever again. I don't think his body's okay. If you watched him in the game that they played, he got 20 minutes and he looked terrible. He looked slow. He looks like he hurts to walk. And VJ Edgecombe, man, he's going to go lock you up. He's going to go score a lot. Yes, everyone's going to say Cooper Flagg as the MVP, as the Rookie of the Year guy, because it's Cooper Flagg. Once he figures it out, that Mavericks team is going to be good. I don't think he's meant to play point guard.
And plus, the team is so good. Like, you're going to get Kyrie back. You've got Anthony Davis. I don't
think he'll have the numbers.
Good team. He becomes like a role player on his team because his team is so good. We're not used to seeing a team that good getting the number one pick and going into a situation that good. It reminds me of like Caleb Williams with the Bears. Mind you, that team's not great, but he went into such a better situation as a number one pick than most other teams do. Ask Cam Ward how that's going. So the reason why I like Edgecombe and Trey Johnson as Rookie of the Year picks so far is because those two situations are conducive to them getting the usage.
Like Paul George isn't going to play 50 games.
Zero
Embiid's
chance.
not going to play 40 games.
Zero chance.
Edgecombe's going to have all the opportunity in the world. And it's how are you going to, you know what I mean, take that away from him. The only way that doesn't happen is if Tyrese Maxey averages 35 a game. But even then, where do the other shots go? To VJ Edgecombe.
That leads right into my pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick the forward from Duke. I know it's not sexy. I'm going to go with the big areola, Con Knipple. Now listen, he's already starting. LaMelo will get hurt soon. The usage is going to be there. Watch out. He's going to shoot 45%
Dude,
from
I
three.
really thought you were going to say Cockbrenner for
I
a
thought you were
second.
going to say Cockbrenner when you were
Because what if he did? What if he did average a double-double
It's
or
fine.
something?
It's fair.
But you're just not going to get the usage.
I think the usage will be there. Watch out for Brandon Miller. Watch out for LaMelo Ball. If they get hurt, it's going to be usage city for Knipple. And he's going to shoot 45% from three.
And he could get like a nod in the three-point contest.
He could
He
get the
goes and
three-point
wins the
contest.
three-point
Yeah.
contest All-Star
And
weekend.
they
The buzz
might
comes.
be a playing team. They are
Maybe.
a
No,
fun
they're
team.
good.
Maybe.
Dude, I was watching a podcast. I don't remember which one. It might have been Enjoy Basketball with Kenny Beecham. Or I watch a lot of shows. I drive for a living. It's hard not to just listen to podcasts all day. They said the Hornets have tanked for so long. You have to start trying eventually. And why not now?
Well, they also were investigated for
Well,
it
no.
as
Well, you have Kalkbrenner now to play your center that'll run with LaMelo. You have LaMelo. You have Brandon Ingram. You have
Brandon Miller.
Knipple. And you have Brandon Miller. Like, these guys are so good. They have a lot of the pieces to go contend. Why not now? Why
How
not
funny
this year
is it
go
that,
try to win?
Michael Jordan no longer in ownership anymore,
And they wanna
all
go
of a
try to
sudden
win.
they go get a bunch of Duke guys and
Right,
they start
yeah.
getting better.
And
you
Yeah.
know?
my pick is he's the guy that plays from Duke. I'll just say that. Give you the guy that played at Duke, all right?
All right.
That's always fun. I want to go sixth man of the year next because I want to save coach of the year for last. Who do you think's going to be the sixth man of the year?
Nikhil Alexander Walker. He's the highest paid sixth man out there. I think he is destined for it. The shots are going to be there. The usage is going to be there. The only thing that will hurt him is if he has to start a bunch of games.
And that's what I'm worried about is
yeah.
that you guys are so fluid. Quinn Snyder's known for this, to play whoever he wants based off matchup.
Yeah.
It's why you have KP and Onyeka literally splitting touches like they're running
And
backs.
Onyeka could even win it too because of how much Kristaps is
But
gonna be
how much
out,
is he
but
gonna
he's
start?
Because Kristaps is out so much. So Yeah, I'm going to go with Nah, but it doesn't feel good because I'm worried he's going to start so much.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about health. I'm not worried about minutes. He's going to have the usage. So I'll go with him, but I don't feel great about it, to be honest.
What about you, Jim? Who do you think is going to be a six-man?
It's hard for me because it really depends on what you think the Spurs are going to do. My first thought was when Fox comes back, Castle goes to the bench. Castle won NBA Rookie of the Year last year, and I think it would be a really cool kind of narrative thing if you have a guy win Rookie of the Year 1 year, then year 2 win Sixth Man of the Year. So it really depends if he goes to the bench when Fox comes in or if they find a way to play them together. Because I guess if you have Harper and Castle off the bench, maybe that doesn't make a ton of sense.
Yeah.
Another guy that stands out to me a little bit, and again, you need them to win some games in order for it to happen, but is Malik Monk. He's been around for a minute, but last year he kind of had that like post-hype sleeper breakout kind of thing off the bench in Sacramento. Most people don't talk about it because they're in bed by the time Sacramento plays, and it's Sacramento, so who cares? But if they're a half decent team, they sneak into the play-in out west, and he's averaging like 20 points a game. He could be a name that you don't really hear a lot that could sneak in there.
He also got paid, and they're having him play a lot of point guard too. And then they just brought in Westbrook as well. So if somebody gets hurt, I see Westbrook going into the starting role instead of Monk. So I think that is a great.
The problem I think we're all having is like guys are fringe starters. If you're a six-man of the year, like Josh Hart's a fringe starter. Like, is he going to start if somebody gets hurt? Same thing with like Malik Monk can easily become a starter for them. I think same thing with Onyeka, but somebody who is going to be the sixth man for this team, no matter what, just got paid fat. Naz Reid.
Oh my God!
Dude,
I said paid fat.
Oh, I know.
I said paid.
I know.
No,
I was like seeing flashes of Deuces.
I know.
In my
well, Deuce is going to start a bunch too once Brunson gets knocked for the betting stuff.
Not going to happen. No, I don't think it'll be Deuce because the usage is hard. There's just too many heads to feed on the Knicks for him to go out there and really be that. But Naz Reid is their sixth man. He's not a starter.
He's won it before, didn't he? Hasn't he won it before?
Yes. He had no. Last year wasn't it Tari Eason?
No, I think it might have been Naz Reid.
Was it last year or the year before? He won it.
He's won it for sure.
Well, who won it last year then?
I thought it was Tari Eason, but I'm tripping.
No,
he's a candidate this year. I don't remember who won last year, but I just think Naz Reid got paid to be the sixth man. He's behind Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert on the depth chart at that position of that big, right? He goes out there, he's gonna go get you 16 to 20. He's gonna hit some three balls. The fans love him. He got paid, and they need him to be good for them to be good. If they're a playoff team, Naz Reid is the sixth man of the year.
I agree.
Peyton Pritchard won last year.
That's
Yes.
right. Okay.
Yes.
He's gonna start too much this
Yeah,
year.
I think it's truthfully between him and I love Deuce, but I think Deuce will start more than Josh Hart. They showed it last night. In games where Mitchell Robinson's hurt and they don't want to play Huck Porty and they put Cat at the 5, they'll start Deuce over Josh Hart because the Knicks bench is so young and new together. You need Josh Hart to hold that together, I think, having that veteran presence with Kolek, with Huck Porty. You got to have some vets around him that aren't Jordan Clarkson who are going to shoot every time they touch the basketball. He's someone who's interesting too, but I don't think he'll get the touches as well.
Yeah.
My man.
We're almost done. All right.
Oh, you want to watch? Hey, turn that camera this way.
With
I would
that,
say one more thing though. This team's gonna win 60 games probably. AJ Mitchell, watch out.
I like AJ Mitchell, man.
I love AJ Mitchell.
Watch him go and drop 15 a game and just go win it.
But I just think every time they have somebody out, he moves up the depth chart, and I think they're going to do a lot of that this year since they had the sick-ass season last year. They're not going to go try to win 70 games. They're going to try to coast into a top 3 seed in the West, which I know coasting...
Not going to happen.
But it's not going to... The Thunder can do it.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the Wolves still being a top 3 seed. I'm like, that will not happen.
He said AJ Mitchell.
Okay.
I'm saying the Thunder are going to cruise to a top 3 seed.
Go Gauchos.
And when Lou Dort gets hurt, or when Lou Dort and Caruso sit games, he jumps up the depth chart, and he's not a high volume shooter, but he's an efficient shooter, and he can go behind.
He's going to sneak into next offseason. We're going to be talking about him getting like this stupid $70 million deal or
for
something
another
to go
team.
Be
Exactly.
somewhere. He's going to go be the bench guy and begging the Magic to go
yes.
get.
Dude, honestly, they should do that now before his value skyrockets.
Yeah, that's
what's the Eagles GM? Roseman. Sam Pressme is the Roseman of the NBA.
I agree completely.
The way he finds the talent late in the drafts like he does, it's baffling.
And plus, this is a Big West basketball podcast.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Make no mistake. So when we see a Big West guy like
We're
AJ
gonna
Mitchell
love
pop,
Big West.
we get excited.
I'm going to end the podcast on Coach of the Year because I'm going to make you guys throw up and get sick to your stomach. I'm going Mike Brown. The Knicks are going to win 60 games, be the first seed in the East, and Mike Brown is going to be Coach of the Year. If the Knicks win 60 games, who else is Coach of the Year? I just don't see another team. You walk into a new situation, right? It's your first year as a head coach, and you coach your team to a first or second seed in the conference. How do you not win Coach of the Year?
I like Mike Brown. I'll leave it at that.
I just. That's why I went away from doing Deuce, is so I can do Mike Brown as my Coach of the Year.
You're not going to like it.
Good.
I'm going to go next. And I'm going to bring up a name that has already been disparaged on this very podcast. Yes, by you, right over there.
Uh-oh.
He's going to say Ime.
I'm taking the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs,
Oh.
Mitch Johnson.
Dude,
Nobody knows who Mitch
That's
Johnson
fine.
is. In case you're new, Mitch Johnson is the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs.
he looks like a high school basketball coach. That's my issue with that. But
Yeah,
that's a
maybe
fine
the
pick.
high school coach of Oak Hill Academy, the guy who's in charge wearing the polo of the team that wins
I'd love
every
to
night.
argue this. It's not that I don't think he's a good coach. It's that he's a newer coach to the league, but he's in a perfect spot.
We love baby faces for that award
Dude, that's a great
nowadays.
pick.
They're
That's a
going to
great
win a lot
pick.
of games. They're an upcoming franchise. People are really excited about Wemby and all that stuff. And if they're say they sneak into like a 5 or a 6 seed or something crazy like that, it's going to be like glaringly obvious that he gets the nod. Even if people don't know who he is, even if it's not because he's drawn it up perfectly, I like Mitch Johnson just because he'll benefit from what Wemby is bringing to that team and the popularity and the eyeballs that are going to end up on that franchise
I'm with
because
you
of
on that.
Wemby.
If the Hornets become a playoff team like we talked about, does he win Coach of the Year?
He could.
He has to. To go from they were like third in the lottery before they got bumped down.
We talking Charlotte?
Yes, I'm saying if the Hornets make the playoffs, he has to win Coach of the Year. To go from being one of the top 3 teams in the lottery to even a play-in team is such a jump.
Sure.
And if they solidify an 8 seed, 7 seed winning the play-in, I think it goes to him.
Same reasons I like Mitch Johnson, but I think if you do it in the West, you get brownie points over doing it in the East.
What about you? Who's your Coach of the Year?
You guys aren't gonna like it.
He's gonna
Here we
Quinn
go.
Snyder.
He's not going to go Quinn
He's going to go
Snyder.
Quinn Snyder.
So they're gonna beat out their expectations. They're gonna go.
Quinn Snyder.
They've done a lot to try to get through some hurdles, and they have some injuries early in the season. They're gonna have the MVP of the league on their team.
Jalen Johnson.
I think JJ Redick is
Oh,
going to win. So
okay.
if they actually make the playoffs, if they have the MVP on their team, how does he not win it?
oh my God, Twitter would be so mad.
They'd be
They
so
would be mad,
mad.
but just telling you, there's no way he doesn't. If they go top 4,
If they go top
Okay,
4,
they're
yeah.
not gonna. So
just saying, the Mavericks did with him with the worst team,
They did. The Mavericks were terrible and they made the
and
NBA Finals.
JJ
with him.
and J Kid won it. If they go, and if my prediction's right about Luka, I think this goes perfectly. Plus, the world would love it. The NBA world would listen.
No,
that
they
up.
wouldn't.
Adam
They would
Silver
hate
would
it.
love it.
NBA
That's about
Twitter
it.
would.
And also, if the Atlanta Hawks get to the first seed and
Yeah, here
make
we
it to
go,
the
here we
Quinn
go,
Snyder
here
is
we
going to
go.
be a lot.
Honorable mention,
Yeah,
Quinn Snyder.
easily.
I really agree with the JJ Redick take though.
No, I think
they're
that's
gonna
fine.
give
I
it
think
to him
your
if
pick-
they're a
I
five.
like
If
the
they're a
shock
5 seed.
factor.
If they're a
I
5
think he
seed.
picked the winner. I think that's
Yeah.
the one.
I'm
it's
like literally when we press record stop, I'm gonna go get a future on Mitch
You
Johnson
should.
to
That's
win
a
the
great
Coach of the
pick.
Year.
I think we should all put a future on our Coach of the Year picks and
that,
just come
and
back
the
later
Knicks,
and see what
The
happens.
Knicks getting bounced in the first round of the playoffs would be a good one too.
By
Who?
So
By who?
So
Because
the
it's,
Hawks
we're going
who's
to be facing the
mean?
7
So
seed.
the Hawks have
We're
a
the 2
1
seed.
Toronto or
We're
somebody
the 2
like that.
seed. It's going to go Cavs.
So the Hawks.
No, his
Knicks.
Hornets. Watch his Hornets.
Ah, dude, don't
Oh,
take him out.
dude,
Dude,
no.
the Hornets would run
Think
them off.
matchup.
They would
Cat or
run them
cock?
off.
Give me the cock. LaMelo or Brunson?
Dude.
Give me LaMelo.
The Hornets would run them off the court. I'm starting to realize this.
The Knicks, we've talked about this before, though. The Knicks don't want to play that run and
They
gun
don't.
first to 130 wins.
Dude,
It's part of what we were worried about with them facing the Pacers. How'd
And
that
it's what
go?
lost us against the Pacers.
How'd
is
that
true.
go?
And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching FTG Sports. All my links will be in the bio. These guys don't really do socials, but they're going to start being on my thing a little more. We're going to try to do more online stuff. I'm going to figure it all out. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. From the garage to you.